Good afternoon, Muskies. I'm Andrew Tanner.
And I'm Connor Muldoon, and this is Xavier News.
From the Xavier University Television Studio, this is Xavier News.
Military unrest in Iraq spiked this week as a band of terrorists staged an assault on a government building in Baghdad. The firefight left 2 dead in the nation's capital. This was just one in a series of attacks, leaving a total of 11 fatally injured. The attacks were executed by militants trying to further undermine the Shiite-led government's shaky authority over the nation. Iraqi police shot and killed 4 of the militants, while 2 others blew themselves up at the entrance to a state-run transportation building. Internal Ministry spokesman Saad Man Ibrahim confirmed the standoff ended with at least 1 employee and a policeman killed in the attack, but gave no details on how they died. Although no immediate claims of responsibility have been made, similar attacks have been linked to al-Qaeda in recent years.
The State of the Union address given by President Obama took place Tuesday night in the nation's capital. Obama emphasized the nation coming together to work as one in order to help strengthen the middle class. The president said, quote, "Too many Americans are working more than ever just to get by, let alone to get ahead, and too many still aren't working at all," end quote. The president's speech had mixed reactions amongst other politicians.
New statistics show that America's dark economic times may be coming to an end. The U.S. Department of Commerce announced an unexpected growth at the end of the year. The department reported a gross domestic product increase of 3.2% in the last 3 months of 2013, though the percentage is a slight decrease from 2012, which was 4.1%. Although consumer spending is praised for the figure reaching above the projection of the department. Mitsubishi financial economist Chris Rupke said, quote, "The economy was firing on almost all cylinders as 2013 came to a close. For today, the sun is out and shining," end quote. Further consumer demand should strengthen growth in 2014.
A polar vortex continues to sweep half the nation. States from Maine to Texas have experienced a shift in winter weather due to a cold front brought on from Canada. Wind chill warnings were issued in over 20 states with high rates of school closures. The state of Ohio reached its coldest temperatures in the past 2 decades. Wind chills of -30 to -40 degrees were last felt in Cincinnati around 1994.
A local man is heading to prison nearly 2 years after the death of a toddler. Sycamore native Anthony Pearson received a life sentence for the 2012 aggravated murder of 2-year-old James Livesay. Pearson was found guilty after Livesay was discovered unresponsive in his home on March 12, 2012. The 32-year-old was the mother's live-in boyfriend and repeatedly hit the toddler in the stomach, causing severe internal injuries and bleeding. Livesay died later the same day at Cincinnati's Children's Hospital. Hamilton County Prosecutor Joe Dieters said, quote, "It's ironic that the justice system will now provide this defendant with the due process that he never gave James," end quote. Pearson will be eligible for parole after 20 years.
A new festival is coming to the greater Cincinnati area. The Cincinnati Early Music Festival will make its debut on Saturday, February 1st. The festival will feature music from the medieval and Renaissance periods. The debut location is right here on the campus of Xavier University at Bellarmine Chapel. The festival will feature some local musicians like James Lambert of the Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra. There will be a total of 17 concerts running through March 2nd. Well, that's all from this desk. We'll be right back with Allison and the Sports Report.
Happy Friday, Xavier fans, and welcome to another edition of the Xavier Sports Report. Let's cut to the chase and talk about our 3 athletes that have taken home awards this week. For basketball, Samaj Christian was once again selected to be a part of the 5-member Big East weekly honor roll. In conference, he is averaging 21.1 points, 3.3 rebounds, and 1.6 steals. This is now Samaj's 5th time he's received this award. Now, the next 2 awards go to Greg Crissell and Chad Thompson for Big East Athletes of the Week. Craig captured a 4.29-meter pole vault for Xavier's track and field team this past Saturday, which also earned him 1st overall. Craig has been able to keep his winning momentum going from the 2013 season after breaking the school pole vault record with 4.8 meters. As for Chad Thompson, he was named Big East Men's Swimmer of the Week after winning 4 events at the Butler Invitational and Tri-Meet with Oakland and Cleveland State. This is Chad's first award since the switch to the Big East and the team's 2nd Big East award of the 2013-2014 season. As a whole, the men and the women's swim teams performed well in the Invitational and Indy, with both taking home 2nd place finishes. The men's team dominated the mile, capturing the top 3 spots with Nicholas Strader taking the lead. Luke Jones also made a statement for the Musketeers by winning 2 freestyle sprint events. As for the women, Molly Kreuger had a strong weekend, taking 2nd in the 200 free, while Carolyn Stewart also captured a 2nd place finish in the 200 back. Now onto the court, the women's basketball team continued into another tough week with losses against Villanova and St. John's. Unfortunately, the girls struggled on the road against St. John's with a shooting percentage of 34% from the field and 30% from the three-point line. They were out-rebounded by 22 and were unable to take the lead at any point in the game. This now brings the girls' record to 8-13 overall and 3-6 in the Big East. The Lady Muskies look to end their losing streak at home against Butler on Saturday at 5 p.m. As for the men, they too had a tough loss on the road this past weekend against Providence. The Muskies kept the game close early in the 2nd period, but the Friars fired back with a run and took a 12-point lead. Justin Martin had a big first half and finished the game with a team high of 19 points and 7 rebounds. Samaj Christian trailed not far behind, finishing with 18. Unfortunately, Xavier struggled to stop the Friars' offensive drives and 3-point shooting. Providence doubled Xavier's 3-point percentage by hitting 40% from the perimeter compared to Xavier's 18%. The loss has dropped Xavier to 15-5 overall and 5-2 in the Big East. The Muskies next take on Seton Hall at the Cintas Center tomorrow at noon. All right, now on to a brighter note. Xavier Baseball has teamed up with the Breast Cancer Foundation to help join the fight against cancer. 14 players and coaches have pledged their support by agreeing to shave their heads following the Musketeers' home game against Villanova on April 13th. The team has set a fundraising goal of $10,000, and the funds raised will go directly towards childhood cancer research. So if you wish to support their fundraising efforts and help a great cause, you can donate online at the Xavier Breast Cancer website. Well, that's it for another episode of the Xavier Sports Report. Hopefully you all can catch the Super Bowl this weekend. Good luck to all our Xavier athletes out there, and on behalf of everyone in the studio, I'm Allison Martin. Have a great weekend.